Good afternoon and welcome back to another live talk show, Coffee with Mickey. My name is Mickey Chhabra and I'm a qualified education agent here with Cirrus Migration Australia. And this week I want to give my heartiest congratulations to all our students out there in Sri Lanka. It's been a fabulous week, and for our education team and those students who put their trust in us. We got 10 offshore student visa grants in last 48 hours, so which is a huge success for our education team with Cirrus Migration. Thank you to all of them and congratulations to all the students who've been granted the visa. Hope they can join their studies along with some of them along with their spouse, their family, and welcome aboard to Australia. So hope to see you guys here soon, and thank you so much for putting your trust and faith in Cirrus Migration and Education. Now Sri Lanka, we're going to be talking about basically more student visas which are going to come through from the Sri Lankan market. Sri Lanka has we get this time every few years time when the Department of Immigration uplifts a particular country and they give a lot of visa grants to that particular region, and it's now time for Sri Lanka. That is my obvious guess right now. So this is a good time to apply for a student visa. If you have not already applied for a student visa, I would suggest do so. If you were planning to come to Australia on a visitor visa and then try convert it into a student visa, no, apply for a student visa. This is your time to get your visa success rate higher rather than your visitor visa success, because visitor visa requires a lot of GTE improvement on why you want to travel to visit Australia. If you're a genuine visitor to Australia, that's fine, but if you are looking to convert your visitor visa into a student visa, I would recommend go straight for a student visa rather than a visitor visa. If you are already in Australia on a visitor visa, then it's a different story, and you wish to convert your visitor visa to a student visa, more than welcome to do that. So get in contact with us and we can have a consultation how we can do that and how we can convert your visa subclass into a student visa, no problem. All right, now so these grants that we've had are a mix of wet vocational education and higher education. Last week we had a few grants from India and Pakistan as well in vocational education, in diploma level education. If you are in Sri Lanka and you have not completed a postgraduate degree, obviously, and you've done a higher national diploma or something similar to that, you could possibly be even looking at applying into wet education sector, but make sure you keep it very closely related to your current education or your current work experience. Don't go widespread like I'm studying business and accounting and I want to now go and study cookery in Australia. So unless until you have a very valid reason why you want to do that, so it should make sense in terms of your GTE. What are we requiring right now for students in Sri Lanka to apply for a student visa to Australia? If you have English proficiency score and if you have your financials ready, go for it. What are you waiting for? Get in touch with one of our consultants in Colombo or Venapua, or chat with us and email us or on any of the numbers given below, or your email address, website, anything you feel more comfortable in getting in contact with us, and we'll be more than happy to come back to you and book in a free consultation, maybe on Zoom or over WhatsApp video call, or maybe over a phone call, and we can discuss the options. We can suggest you some of the courses that might be leading to a permanent residency pathway. Immigration has very widely said in news everywhere that Australia is going to improve on their migration policies, and they will increase their quota for permanent residencies. And here's a live example of so many huge number of visa grants for students coming from Sri Lanka, and it has been absolutely amazing week for us as well, and I'm sure other agents are getting those grants as well. And so, how do we manage to get those grant rate above 95% for serious migration? For example, I don't know about other agents, but our success ratio is above 95%, I would say, when we are taking the ratio of the number of visas that has been granted in the last 12 months. So we have got visa granted for couples as well as single applicants as well, so where we feel that it's more appropriate to apply for a student as a single applicant, because we feel the circumstances don't match very well, where the spouse doesn't support the first applicant going to be studying in Australia, so we do a single application. But if you're coming with your spouse and you can show evidence of support from your spouse while your spouse is going to be in Australia while you are studying, and it's not going to affect your financial condition of you and your family back home in Sri Lanka, that's fine. We're more than happy to put an application for both of you together. Or how we do it is we show family ties of you and your spouse back home, strong financial ties of you and your spouse back home together. We show economic ties, how your long-term job or long-term evidence of your lifestyle in your home country, and how you have been consistent with them, and how you're gonna go back and improve that lifestyle rather than reduce how you were living back home in your home country. We show evidence of your English proficiency, and of course your financial capacity as well, that you've got enough money to study in Australia and you won't go pretty much with no money in your hand after you have spent all that money into your education. So it could be sponsored by your parents, your brother, your sister, your brother-in-law, sister-in-law, your father-in-law, your mother-in-law. So somebody in the family who's got money alongside with you. It's not that we don't take 100% of the finance support from other third person, but if you're short of financials yourself, if you don't have like 12 or 13 or 14 million rupees in your fixed deposit or in your savings account in Sri Lanka, and you might be having maybe, let's say for example, 5 million, so we can take a support of another 7 to 8 million from another sponsor who's closely knit to your family. So we provide evidence that that person is a genuine person and genuinely intends to help you, and also has done that in the past. So this is not the first time they're doing or they're going to help you. They have been with your family back and forth, and they have been supporting your family to come out of times where you need money. So this is how we plan on there's so many different things we do in GTs. We don't just write a GTE and send it to the university or to the department on your behalf. We work together with you. You write your GTE, we edit it, we make suggestions, we ask you to edit it, we go back and forth with the GTE so many times. Sometimes students even end up complaining to us that, why is my visa taking so long to lodge? My friend lodged it in 2 days. Okay, so this is the output of the time that we spend on your visa application. We spend time on your visa application like it's our own, like we don't want a refusal for your visa. Just imagine the happiness that you get on your face, on your family's faces, when you get a visa grant as compared to you getting a visa refusal. If we just rushed into lodging the application in 48 hours and getting a refusal, is that gonna make you happy or put a smile on your face? Absolutely not. I don't think so. So there's the answer for you guys. If you have got any questions you want to ask about any particular student visas, or any queries that you might have about any courses that you want to pursue in Australia, and you want to see a career outcome of that course, please feel free to ask those questions. Put your questions in the comment box, or send us an email, or send us a WhatsApp, and we will get back to you with your queries. So if you wish to apply for the next intake, which is going to be either November or in February next year. Now is the time to make an application, and we'll try to push your application as fast as we can through the universities, because universities are taking a big tag of a time because of the number of applications they've got in hand. The rush is massive and everybody is trying to get into the doors of Australian education system. It's a fabulous country, it's a fabulous place to live in, and it's got a great education system. So if you're comparing it with another country, I'm not gonna say other countries are bad to go and study, but Australia is a great destination to come and study, and it's a recommendation from Cirrus Migration as well. So the good news, we got an amazing news this week where we just found that the minister has announced the 485 visa is gonna get an extent of another 2 years for bachelor's, master's and post master's PhD graduates in Australia. So that what it means for you guys. So if you're coming to Australia or you're studying in Australia in a master degree or a bachelor degree, any higher education course, as a matter of fact, where you were qualifying for 2 or 3 year visa after studies for your post-study work rights. So you would finish, let's say, a bachelor degree. It's a 3-year bachelor degree, and after completing the degree you get eligible for a 2-year work visa. Instead of the 2-year, you will now get 4 years of work visa. So if you were studying a master degree in Australia, and you would get 3 years of work visa, now that will soon change from 3 to 5 years instead. And if you are studying in a regional area, you add another 1 year to those work rights, which will be your regional bonus. So if your university is in a regional area and you're living in a regional area, you'll get an added 1 year on top of the standard 485 visa. So before we go away today, I want to thank all of you for watching my videos every week, and that keeps me motivated and keep coming back again and again. And I'm looking forward to more of you contacting us without any hesitation. If you want to study in Australia and you want to travel to Australia, the great destination that we have here, whether you want to come to Darwin or Brisbane or Gold Coast, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth, anywhere. So I'm gonna take one question before we wind up for the day. So I've got a question here from Ash. Is there any chance to reject a visa if I apply for a diploma while I am holding a higher national diploma? Ash, just to simply answer your question, the best way to do that is, I have recently got a visa granted for a student who's finished a higher national diploma, and we have enrolled that student into an advanced diploma course in Australia and successfully got a visa grant. So the best way to do this is send us an email with a little bit of detail about you, about your diploma or your qualification, and how many years gap do you have between your last qualification and now, and what you've been doing since then. So have you been working in the industry? Have you been working in closely related industry, or maybe some different trade? So let's say you did a higher national diploma in merchandising and you're currently working in a hotel. So let us know, let us figure out what it means for the GTE purpose, and we'll give you a recommendation of what you can do, whether you can do it or not. So if you have got any more questions, guys, please feel free to put it in the comment box, and we'll be in touch with you. And hopefully you have a great week ahead and a great weekend, and we'll see you again next week. If you have not already subscribed to our channels on YouTube and Facebook page, please do so now, so we keep in touch for any updates that we come across, and we share it on our social media pages. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you have a lovely day, and we'll see you back again here soon. Thank you.